Good morning, Maya Parbuck. Here's the plan. Stairs. What could possibly go wrong? Yes, stairs. You have no idea how relieved I was when I wandered down here this morning and saw this. Having subjected you yesterday to compost, I was really quite concerned. All I would be talking about today was upstairs columns and grass or weeds. But no, stairs. It's a relief for two reasons. Number one, something else to look at, something new to look at. And number two, it means that we are approaching the point where the steps of death or minor inconvenience will no longer hold the fear for me that they do now. They will become redundant. Oh my goodness, what a day. And it may well be that this takes a long time before I can actually use them. I don't care. It's on its way, a set of stairs. How marvellous is that? Sorry, I'm a bit overexcited about this. And something else new. We have a fully mechanised pulley system for taking cement upstairs. Well, fully mechanised might be a slight exaggeration. It's a couple of guys and a piece of rope. But I don't think we had this yesterday. If we did, I missed it, and you have my apologies for that. Oh, it's all happening today. Thorns removed here on the south side. They're still unveiling this one, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that have been revealed this morning, and as you see, water going on, and I did see water going on to the slab a little earlier. So they look good. I see no sign of any fill-in, because these forms only just came off, so they wouldn't have had time to fill in, although the bottom section looks wetter. Not sure why that is. Voids, we laugh at voids. They look very good. I wanted to take a minute or more to talk about comments. We seem to be getting more comments from new commentators recently, and I want to say thank you very much. We're getting comments and questions that we've not had before, and please keep them coming. It is very helpful for us, particularly if they are comments about the process. But even if they're not, thank you. I will try to give some kind of response to all of them if I can. I want to pick on one this morning. It was a question from Roger. He was asking about how we pressure tested water pipes. Well, the truth is, so far, we don't have the water pipes in place taking fresh water in. That will come a little bit later. They're not encased in any of the columns. I'm not quite sure what they will be encased within. We'll see later. So, Roger, we will talk about pressure testing once those pipes are in place. But it did make me wonder about something. The builder has mentioned that the water supply will come from over in the pump room. Now, it seems to me that that is quite a long distance for water to be pumped back to the house and then potentially, well, upstairs. Now, I know nothing about this, as always. What do we think about pumping water, I don't know, what, 30 metres? Something like that. and then having to go upstairs. Is that going to be okay? We do want nice, powerful showers. Can you just put a very powerful pump at the source, or can you put additional booster pumps inside? If anybody has got any thoughts on that, please let me know. Another thing on comments that is really all about full disclosure. Yesterday, I blocked someone. I felt very much in two minds about it. It's someone who has been commenting a lot, commenting from quite early on in this process. But there was a problem in that, without exception, every single comment was negative. Every single comment was without any sense of life or joy, except maybe in the more recent ones where there was a sense of joy, but it came at other people's expense. Now, I did wonder whether I should just ignore it. This was somebody who clearly did know something about building code. I have no idea whether this person had any real build experience or whether it was just taking a book and making comments. I didn't understand the motivation for every single comment, without exception, being so negative. So I sat and I thought about it, and in the end, I blocked that person. I do not in any way object to getting negative comments, because they can actually help this process. They can either help us here, or maybe for you guys out there who are crazy enough to watch this nonsense, if you're planning a house build yourself, negative comments can absolutely help you as well. So if you've got something negative to say it. All I'm asking is a tiny, tiny little bit of balance. All I'm asking really is, if you've got negative stuff to say, maybe you can find a way to say it in a slightly, nicer way, rather than just launching into a blast on every aspect of the build, to the point where, this person was basically seeming to take pleasure in the fact that this build would be a manual on how not to build a house, and that the next reasonably significant earthquake, the whole thing will come falling down. And that person may be right. But the overwhelming negativity and aggressiveness of that negativity, frankly, I got bored of it. So, I did want to share this with you because you have every right to think that I was wrong. Please tell me in the comments. You have every right, of course, to not agree with my decision, and as a consequence of that, you may decide to unsubscribe or to stop watching, and of course, that's entirely your decision. I really hope you don't. Apart from anything else, I need the subscribers. But I did want to tell you about that. It's something that has been playing on my mind now for probably a couple of weeks in this particular instance, and I think it's only fair that you know what I've done. So, got that off my chest. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure some of you must feel that I've made the wrong decision, but let me emphasize again, negative comments can be very, very helpful. All I would like is tiny, tiny bit of balance to them. Here we go. Here we go, look at this. Stairs. Isn't it marvellous? Obviously very, very early days, but the beginnings of this structure are going into place. So clearly a two-section staircase up here onto a platform and then up here. And you can see that the rebar was extended before they poured the slab, ready to meet those stairs coming up. I have no idea how this process works. We will watch over the next days, weeks, however long it takes. Well, I did suggest to the engineer that I want it done in the next 2 days, but I think that might be a little optimistic. But we have the beginnings of a staircase. Quick look at the monster forms. You can hopefully make out that this has really pretty minimal leakage of concrete from above. And I've looked around, and this is probably the worst of the beams and junctions that I can see so far. Most of the forms have zero leakage. But even here, where there has clearly been some, it really is very, very little. So once again, the monster forms appear to have done their job in spades. I stand corrected. This is the worst. Clearly a little bit more leakage here. But this is, and I have checked around the rest, this is by far the worst we've got. Everywhere else, we've either got a few dribbles or basically nothing at all. So I still say monster forms have done their job. Right, early afternoon, south wall. Guys have been busy here with the top beam, which is not the most level of top beams I've ever seen, but doesn't really matter over here. And there may still be adjustments to come. It does look like it's a pretty high beam, higher than I've noticed before. So they are adding some height with a tall top beam. Oh, Ronnie the dog, getting a bit excited over there. But they got it all the way back over here. So, good work, fellas. Upstairs on the west, if you like the back of the house. Forms, monster forms. And I can see, even from down here, they have poured the concrete. Not sure if they've done all of these. I am not sure about this last one, but they've definitely done the two before that. So, lots going on with columns upstairs. Let's have a look from a different angle. So this is from the front, and they've got this corner one to do, and there's one that's slightly set back, where the corner of the balcony will be. Once they've done those two, they will have all of the front of the house with columns in place. Still not started on some of the centre ones as well. Still quite a few to do in the middle though. Stairs. I will try not to sound like a 13-year-old girl at a boy band concert. I can't help myself. They are getting the stairs moving. Well, not moving as in escalator, but Manny's in there working on forms, and I don't know what else from this side. We'll go and have a look from the other side. Oh, and our, I don't know, dining table has been moved outside. Well, it's currently more of a slide than it is a set of stairs, but they're getting on with it. Development is continuing apace. And more forms take us up to that platform just to get about to go into place. And we're obviously back to phenolic board again. Does it fit? Did they measure it right? Certainly close enough. Very good. It's 4:30 and there's a meeting going on. I have no idea what this is about. I'll find out later. Day is done. Doesn't look like there's any overtime going on tonight, and in fact there are some quite dark clouds around. It may be that they're anticipating rain tonight. So, what happened today? We had a lot of work on columns upstairs. The columns now towards the centre of the house are more developed. Not all poured, but more of them have forms on them. So that's seen a lot of work. We saw a lot of work on the wall on the south side. But today was all about me getting far too excited at the first sight of the beginnings of our stairs. We'll go around the other side and have one last look for today. Well, no massively obvious difference, although it may be that I missed before. They have got a beam now running across the platform, and the platform itself may be extended a little bit more than it was. But that's it, day one of stairs. Yes, apologies for my massive overreaction. Don't know why, it's just a set of stairs. In years to come, I'll think, oh God, stairs, got to go up those. But today, for some reason, it seemed like a very, very big deal. So there we go. End of the day. We'll see you tomorrow. And before I go, I do now know what the meeting was about. Unfortunately for you guys, you're going to have to wait roughly a month to find out. Stick around.